Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Sonic Yoda from SEGADriven here with more coverage from the Sonic Hacking Contest 2016, hosted by Sonic Stuff Research Group and Sonic Retro. In this episode, we're going to look at another 3 hacks on offer at the show, and we're starting off with Pikachu the Mouse by Team Overload. Once again, now this is there's a lot going on here. So this is first off a character swap. So instead of Sonic, we're playing as Pikachu. And a very scary looking Pikachu it is as well. It looks like Pikachu wearing a weird Sonic flesh suit, or you know, the other way around. I think that's what I'm going for. Yeah. It's a bit uncanny valley, I've got to say. Can't say I'm a big fan of the sprite. So what can you do? So this is a Sonic 1 hack. So they've added a spin dash, which is a nice little thing, always appreciated. And you can also do a sort of air dash as well. It's not a homing attack. I tried it on, enemies and things, and unless you're placed in front of it and then dash forward and hit them, that's the only sort of advantage it's going to give you, other than a sort of speed boost. It's all right. I think I like this. It's I don't know. There's not enough going on here, I think, is the problem. Despite the fact that there are, some custom graphics, some of the sort of badniks and things have been customized to make them look like Pokemon. We've obviously got Pikachu as a playable character, and some of the tile sets have been ever so slightly altered. It's mainly sort of a palette change more than anything else. The stages have been customized. They do have different stage layouts now. I just don't think they're that great. There's a bit of a soft stop and start nature of this. There's no flow to the stage design, unfortunately. Good Sonic stage design should always be a nice bit of platforming and then a speedy reward and maybe some stage gimmicks to sort of mix things up a little bit. That should be the thing that you always aim for. And I feel like this game is sort of, it has elements of platforming and elements of speed and things, but they don't quite sort of fit together. It feels a bit sort of like it's been pasted together from existing bits of stage layout to make something that sort of works but not quite well. It's not my favourite stage design, but it's not the worst by any means necessary. I think the character itself is a bit of a weird one. I don't understand why it needs to be Pokemon in Sonic. Just do Sonic hacks if you're going to continue to have the gameplay as Sonic. Unless you're going to change the gameplay dramatically to make it more Pokemon-esque, then there's no real need for that, to be honest with you. This is a hack of lots of missed opportunities, I think. It's certainly got itself going in the right direction, but I feel like it needs a lot more work before it can be something that I would sort of consider to be a good hack, unfortunately. Next up, we have the return of Robotnik Returns 2 by Pacguy, which we have looked at the previous Sonic Hacking Contest. And I feel like it still suffers from the same problems. So, the shtick with this one is that you play as Knuckles instead of Sonic, and you've got some additional combat abilities now, so you can punch and sort of drill dash into the ground and things. But the game isn't designed around using those abilities. If you're going to add that sort of stuff, then make fighting enemies fun. Unfortunately, everything plays like a standard Sonic game, so there's no need to do it. In fact, I kind of forgot that it was there for most of the time. I was just playing it like a normal Sonic game, and it was fine. I feel like some more thought needs to be put into that. If you're going to have combat, make the combat fun, make it sort of centric to your game. At the moment, it's not. It feels very tacked on. The actual stage design itself is also a bit of a mixed bag. I feel like the first stage is a little bit better. It's got, some decent platforming and a bit of speed, and there's some nice ideas with what with it being Knuckles, you've got lots of breakable walls and things for you to muck around with. So there's at least something decent going on in the first stage. But the second stage is where it falls apart, and it's the same problem I had with it the first time around. The Wood Zone style stage is just not very well designed. It's not very fun to traverse. There's no flow to it. It's very sort of stop-start, and it just feels like it's been pieced together from existing tile sets, just stage assets and things, and it doesn't work particularly well. Again, a missed opportunity on this one. I feel like there's something here that could be great, but it just isn't quite there yet. It needs to think about what it wants to be, whether it wants to make the combat a big focus, and if it does, it needs to focus on making it fun, because at the moment it's just very tacked on and a bit of an afterthought, and I don't know why it's there at all, to be honest with you. Finally, we've got Socket the Hedgeduck, which is odd. And that's been developed by GenesisDoes. There's lots of references to the old Genesis Does What Nintendo Don't advert at the start there. Yeah, this is interesting. I think visually this is one of the coolest looking things at this year's Sonic Hacking Contest. There's lots of custom artwork for the stage design, or if it isn't custom, it's been sourced from games that aren't Sonic the Hedgehog, which is a nice idea actually, because it gives it a very unique look. It kind of looks, I don't know, it kind of looks like those trashy platformers you see like across the system. I'm wondering actually, I think there's a game called Socket on the Mega Drive, and I'm wondering if this has drawn all of its assets from that and put them in a Sonic game. That would make sense, wouldn't it? I think so, yeah. But yeah, I like that idea a lot. Unfortunately, the stage design doesn't work too well with the assets. The first stage in particular, at Act 3, there's lots of blind leaps of faith, and I was just falling into pits repeatedly, which is not good stage design. That's your first stage, and you shouldn't have pitfalls like from the get-go. Maybe introduce them a little bit later, if at all. But I mean, I'm strongly adverse to pitfalls in Sonic games. I feel like if you're going to fall down somewhere, have some extra stage down there. Have something to do. Make the player work their way back to the top, sort of thing. That seems like a good, mantra for making Sonic games. But this doesn't have that, unfortunately. There's lots of sort of, like I say, pitfalls. The stage design doesn't flow particularly well. Like they've obviously used these assets, and they look nice, but they don't particularly work particularly well with the game engine, which is a shame, because I mean, I want to love this. I really like the way it looks. It plays like a traditional Sonic game, but the stage design doesn't match this traditional Sonic sort of gameplay formula. It's a bit weird, unfortunately. There's definitely the start of something really interesting here. I feel like if the stage design could be tweaked somewhat, then I would really enjoy playing this more. But at the moment, it's a bit all over the place. There's some strange teleportation gimmick in the first stage, which I don't know if I'm fully behind, because you get like a transition, like it gives you the title card again, and it breaks the flow of the stage. Don't do that. There's no need for that. Like, keep things moving. Like this is supposed to be a Sonic game. It's supposed to be fast, and that totally breaks up the pace of things, and it's not fun. But yeah, presentation-wise, Socket the Hedgeduck is a really cool-looking thing. Something certainly worth checking out. But unfortunately, gameplay-wise, it's not quite there yet. It can get there, but there definitely needs to be some more attention paid to its stage design for future releases.